This is Pat Freeman, the Mighty OB'a, here on clbTV and 1080 AM WUFO Radio with our weekly sports update. A lot going on in the world of sports as we get ready for training camp with the Buffalo Bills. A lot of people are counting the Bills out. They are ranked at the near or on the bottom of the NFL. I think they're going to be quite surprised that this team was never too far away from winning. And with the influx of new talent that they've brought in, the new general manager of Buddy Nix and the new head coach of Chan Gailey, this team might have an opportunity to turn it around. I had the rare privilege of speaking with former Buffalo Bill great John Davis on last week, and he believes that Chan Gailey is the right choice to turn around the Buffalo Bills' ailing franchise over the last 10 years. It's been 10 years since the Buffalo Bills have made a playoff appearance. I'm not going to go on and say that they're going to make the playoffs this year, but I think you're going to see an improvement on this team. This team has been on the cups of being poor or great because of the mediocre coaching of Dick Jauron. Dick Jauron was very popular with his players, but was unable to put the wins on the board to secure his job in the future here in Buffalo. But with Chan Gailey here, a new offensive mind, a new offensive system, I think you're going to see some good things out of the Buffalo Bills. A lot is going to depend on the offensive line. I think it's the offensive line of the Buffalo Bills where the biggest question mark is on this team. And really, it's at the outside tackle positions. Even though they brought in Cornell Green, this guy is a veteran. He's 34 years old. I don't know whether or not he's going to be the one that can really solidify this offensive line. I think the cusp of the Bills' season might rest with how well they can stay healthy, the comeback of Eric Wood at the right guard position, whether or not Jeff Hargardner and Andy Levitra have become better from last year. But really, the virtue of this offensive line is going to rest with Demetrius Bell and Jamon Meredith. These two individuals, if they can stay healthy and become the players that I guess Buddy Nix thinks that they have the ability to become, will really decide how well this team can progress. Do they have the offensive weapons? Man, do they ever. If you sit down and think about what the Buffalo Bills have on the offensive side of the ball, everything rests with the offensive line and that other intangible, the quarterback position. Can they get decent enough quarterback play to make this thing happen? I believe that the quarterback play here is probably the biggest question mark of them all. Whether or not Demetrius Bell and Jamon Meredith can mature into being very good offensive tackles in the NFL remains to be seen too. And I think that is probably the most important factor. You can kind of make it with an iffy quarterback if you can run the football. You have to be able to run the football. You have to be able to protect the passer. If Demetrius Bell and Jamon Meredith can fit in the Chan Gailey system and become very good football players at the offensive tackle positions and stay healthy most of all. I mean, how can you make it when you have 20, 21 guys on injured reserve every year, which the Buffalo Bills have sustained over the last few years? If these guys can stay healthy, I think you will really see a very good football team this year. A lot of people say, boy, you are the ultimate optimist when it comes to the Buffalo Bills. Well, yes, I am. I've loved the Buffalo Bills since I was a young child. I've covered the Buffalo Bills for the last 16 years. But I do see a lot of talent on this football team. And if the offensive line can play, I think this could be a very interesting year for Buffalo Bills fans in Western New York and around the country. Buffalo Bills, we are depending on the offensive line. Demetrius Bell, Jamon Meredith. This season rests with your healthy legs and shoulders. Can the Buffalo Bills get it done? This is Pat Freeman, the Mighty OB'a, here on clbTV and 1080 AM WFO Radio. And you can also hear me on the internet at www.wfoam.com every Saturday from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. on the #1 sports show in the nation. We will see you next week.